Hi Stampers, today we're going to be making this cute little Valentine's card. It can also be used for anniversaries and just to say I love you as well. So anyways, I'll go ahead and show you how we did this. We started out with our base card, which is basically a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is cut 8.5 by 5.5 inches long and then just score down the center. I've also got a piece of Designer Series paper, which is in the color Certainly Celery. This is also cut 4.25 inches by 5.5 inches long. Okay, so we're going to set those two pieces aside. The main part of this card, what I wanted to show you, is how you can use your punches in a little different way. This piece of Whisper White cardstock is cut 5.5 inches long by 2.75 inches wide. We're going to go ahead and use our scallop punch today, or square scallop, and on these punches there's actually a little mark that shows where center is on there. So what you're going to do is you're going to want to measure this cardstock here and put your little line right in the center there, and that's actually where our first punch is going to go. So we'll go ahead and punch that out. And then we're going to go ahead and punch 2 more scallop squares, even from each other, from side to side. And the last one here. Okay, so that should be fairly even. Now you're going to notice on one end, this end's a little bit longer than this end. That end is going to be our bottom. So the side that's a little bit longer is actually going to be our bottom piece. And I'll show you what I mean by that, because we're going to be putting a piece of Certainly Celery ribbon. This is about 8 inches long, 8.5 inches long. Or excuse me, not 8.5. Yeah, probably about 8 inches long. And that's going to actually be attached to the bottom of this. So I'm just going to go ahead and use some snail. And we'll go ahead and attach that right away to the bottom there. And we'll attach it in the back here a little bit. There we go. So that's all laid down now. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to take a piece of Certainly Celery cardstock again. This is just the plain cardstock. And we're going to go ahead and have a piece. This is about 5 inches by 2 inches wide. And this is actually going to be the backing for our scallop squares. So we'll go ahead and just use some adhesive to place this down. I'm actually going to put it on the white cardstock just to make sure that I don't show the glue through, the snail through on the other side of the Certainly Celery. And we'll just go ahead and place that down right in the center there. And that's actually going to be our medium piece, so excuse me. There we go. I had some little markings on the back. I didn't want those to show through. So that's actually going to be our middle piece right there. Okay. So the next part that we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and attach our designer paper right to our white card base. And again, I'm just using snail all the way around. And we'll go ahead and attach this down. And you've noticed I've kind of opened up the card to make sure that I have it right in the center there. I line up my score line with the card just so I make sure I have it right in the middle. Okay, and you can see how this is coming together nicely. We're going to go ahead and take some real red paper, and using our heart-to-heart punch, we're actually going to be punching out 3 of these hearts, the large heart. So I'll go ahead and do that right away. So we're going to do 3 large hearts. And then we're going to use the same punch and cut out a small heart. So on my last punch, I went ahead and just cut out both of those. It just depends on the size of your paper. I'm just using some scrap that I had. These are actually going to be our center pieces. Alright. Then the only other thing you need is a piece of scrap Whisper White paper. We're going to go ahead and stamp our saying on there, which I use the saying you from Three Little Words. Okay. I used Old Olive. I tried the Certainly Celery. It was just a little bit too light. I like the look of the Old Olive better. So we're going to go ahead and stamp you right about there. And again, just using a scrap piece of paper. Then we're going to go ahead and punch that out using the Scallop Oval Punch. So we'll do that. And then I've also used the Wide Oval Punch to punch out one more out of the cardstock out of the Certainly Celery. And these two punches fit great together to give you that nice background. And we're going to be putting the small heart right on here. So all we'll do is we'll just finish putting the card together. And you can see how fast and easy that card really is. What's great about the punches, like I said, is rather than just using them just to punch out the images themselves, you can use them for your background images as well. So don't ever throw away those pieces when you punch things out, because a lot of times you come up with great ideas using them, and you get so much more mileage out of your punches. To attach the hearts and give them a little pop, we've used one of the Stampin' Dimensionals. That'll just kind of pop them right out. Just placed it right in the center there. Put those in the center of our scallops. And I love these because it just gives us that little bit of height, and it just looks so much prettier, I think. And then for that little tiny little heart, I've actually used an edge of my Stampin' Dimensionals, just one of these little tiny pieces along the edge. Again, just use every little bit of materials that you have, and you'll see how far things can go. So we're just going to use a tiny little dot on there. Alrighty. I'll go ahead and attach that. We'll attach this all together, and then I just attach this right to the center of the card, and you are all done. The cutest little anniversary card or Valentine's Day card you ever want to see. Thanks for stopping by. Have a great day. Bye-bye.